approach. Oh, it's in the net! Oh, it's in the net! Wazza wonderful! Wayne Rooney! He is something, and we are seeing it.
Oh, I love that. That was something special. So we are a little bit late with this particular episode. This was supposed to be out last week, but unfortunately I was a little bit ill. So we decided to postpone it. I think Tom was away as well, and Daniel, who ended up being away. So it was just bad timing from everyone. But we are back. This is season 4 and episode 16. This is the DC UK podcast, and as always, I'm your host, James Graham. Alongside me, I'm going to go down below to start off with, just to make sure his microphone is working and everything. It's Tom. Would you like to say a few words?
Hey guys, I'm having a little technical difficulty today.
You're fine. We can hear you.
Yep. Yeah, but right now everything is just skipping around on my screen. It looks terrible. I'll deal with it. But I'm happy we're back. I'm happy that I got a $7 Wayne Rooney shirt 2 months ago because now it makes sense to wear it again. Let's go, boys.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yes, this will be quite Rooney heavy, I think. This particular episode, we've got quite a lot to talk about because there's been signings off the field, on the field. We've got loads to talk about. So, Daniel, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Last week was a whirlwind. My wife and I, we bought a house. We sold our house and we bought a house, and it all happened like bang bang. So we're just kind of absorbing that whole situation, and we got a move coming up in less than a month. Yeah.
That's a quick turnaround.
It's super quick, and she'll be starting her new job in a new school. I will be, sort of working remote in my situation, and then, hopefully, around that time, be able to get internet hooked up quick enough so I don't miss any shows next month. But like I sort of said today on Twitter, August is a crucial month in MLS, I think. So going to be excited to see how things shake out.
No, definitely. This is an action-packed episode, so we're just going to really just crack on with some new stuff, I think. But we will get fan questions in at the end of the show. So if you've got anything that you want to know, just hit us up in the chat, really, and we'll get those answered as and when. And we've got our first comments coming in from Leroy Will Jones. What's up, guys? I think we're pretty good from that little round of intros. How are you doing out there? So let us know. We've got obviously games to talk about. We've got the game this weekend as well, where hopefully we might do something better. I think this is, from the sounds of it, from the emails that we get, this could be Rooney's first game in charge proper. But I'm just going to roll the VT for some news. Bish bash bosh. Oh,
so ridiculous. I love it.
I love it. I love the fact. I remember when you first heard that, Tom, you're like, you've ripped that off from somewhere.
I was like, is that from the BBC?
Oh, it's fantastic. Right. I think we need to talk about Wayne.
I wouldn't want to talk about anything else.
Yeah. I mean, how are you guys feeling about him being back?
I'm super happy. He was my childhood hero, so it just makes it even better. And now we've got, so there's a little bit of a Man United, DC United connection going on.
There really is.
My Lord. It's, I guess I'll take it, but both teams are not doing their best right now. So we'll have to see, but I'm so excited. I've been, keeping up with Darby all of last year, just to see like how he was doing, and with the circumstances he had, he's been crushing it. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what you can actually do with a team that, isn't in administration.
Might as well be with the amount we spend, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Dan,
and yeah, you really were on him because you were really talking about what he was doing as a manager in so many aspects before a lot of stories came out about a lot of the sacrifices he made as a manager. So that's really incredible. I guess on my end, I made a very lofty promise to Tom that I hope this isn't like a short-term thing. Obviously Wayne has larger aspirations, but I hope this is a multi-year thing where he will stick around. And I told Tom, and I will say this live on the pod. Now there are some stipulations to this, so don't get your hopes up. But I said if Wayne sticks around long enough to build a team that can win an MLS championship, and this is only if they win a MLS championship, I will follow that man wherever he goes. And if that includes Manchester United, I will become a Manchester United supporter. I will disown Arsenal for however, for however long that Wayne stays manager at Manchester United, and I will be a Red if he wins a cup for DC United. I'm putting that on tape on the internet.
Oh, I already screenshotted the message. I've already got it framed above my bed. We're good.
You can tell.
I'm not forgetting that one.
You can tell he's not English because that you would never get away with that over you.
No,
you would never get away with that one.
No way.
No,
yeah.
You would have vegetables thrown at you in the street.
Only vegetables.
Okay,
that's been kind.
But I'm trying to keep it PG.
I mean, there would be bottles of a certain liquid variety thrown at you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I have a larger connection to DC United than I ever will with Arsenal. Yeah. Arsenal was just sort of my first, and is still sort of my English club. But yes, if Wayne can win a title for DC United, I will follow that man wherever. So yeah. That's yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I had a chat with Cory, who's one of the co-hosts of the Rams Review podcast, which is recorded, and just working through, just making sure that's all tidy and everything. So we haven't got ready for this particular podcast, but I am aiming to get that out to everyone just afterwards, so you be able to hear that full interview that I had with him. He's got a lot of good things to say about Wayne. There's some things that he thinks he needs to improve on, which I think goes without saying for every single manager out there. But he thinks he should be able to be a success over here. And I'm really looking forward to his style of play, which we've already kind of seen in the early games where he's not officially being coach. I used inverted commas on that one. But with the fullback formation, it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on and whether he can be a success. So our early doors, do you think he will bring that success to us? And what does success look like for you guys?
Well, for me, I would say that, I mean, it comes down to if he's going to stay long term or not. I'm a bit worried with Frank Lampard's position. I know I keep bringing this up, but that man is so going to get fired. And
it's not really his fault, though, is it? Because he's got a really terrible squad, and it's would Wayne want to walk into that? Yeah,
I mean, if you saw his speech he gave after losing over the weekend, during the week, sorry. He basically gave a speech, and it was almost like we're fighting relegation speech. And I was like, the season hasn't even started. But, so I don't know if he could be out the door. Would Wayne want to make that jump immediately? I'd hope not. Hopefully he'll be he did at Derby, where he got offered a job and he said, my job's not done yet. I need to see this out.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that he sticks with us for a bit, and sky's the limit. We've already shown that we're putting a bit of money into getting people good for the squad, getting the players he wants. Getting rid of the players he says he doesn't want. We've seen that a bit recently. So yeah, sky's the limit. I'm just saying, let's just make us not be the worst team in the league by the end of the season.
Yeah, fair.
I think he's taken the right approach compared to how a lot of former players who become managers, they try to step right into kind of big time situations with teams they were either associated before or what have you. He's kind of taken like a sort of a German approach to it, where former players, they get kind of brought in through a system that starts them, sort of at lower divisions, and they work their way up into, essentially coaching positions where they won't be overwhelmed with kind of the fire hose that comes with a big name club, your Bayerns, Real Madrid, that sort of situation. But yeah, no, I think what he's doing is fantastic. And like Tom said, hope he sticks around.
Yeah, and it's always a worry because it's initial 18 months and then potentially an option for a further year. But it's going to be intriguing to see what does happen, whether there's any other jobs that come up, because there's always going to be jobs come up in the Premier League. And it's just whether any of those do take his fancy, or whether there's going to be any more that come in the Championship as well, because he was really good in that league as well. So we'll see what happens.
Apologies for jumping up quickly. It is much better now. My
Hey.
Lord, you guys are moving like this.
Oh dear.
And I was like, I have no idea what's going on. And every time I was typing, I was having to do one at a time. So I'm glad that got resolved.
Fair.
Wait, sorry.
No more technical issues. Leroy's just saying he agrees with Tom. Let's just see improvement and not finish last. Yeah.
100%.
That's it. We don't want to be the FC Cincinnati of this season.
Ugh.
That would be highly embarrassing.
And we're like one of the oldest clubs too. Like, we should not be falling that deep.
No, but no team has a right to be in any position. They're only there on merit, really. So we need to make sure that we do what we need to do and turn the season around. And will we have the same sort of magic as 2018 when Wazza joined initially?
DC was in a pretty deep hole at that time.
We were bottom of the Eastern at that time.
Yep, it really was. It's
similar
not outside,
time of year.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, because, like I said on Twitter today, is that with 15 matches left in the season, there are avenues that DC can get back into the hunt, but they need to get at least 6 to 10 more wins, and they need to have way more draws than losses. And that's really just how that's going to pan out for them. Not insurmountable. Jesse Marsh did that with Leeds. He came into a very tough situation with them and pulled them out of a relegation hole. So, yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 6 games in August. So we start off against Charlotte there on the road, and then we're back home against the Red Bulls. Then we're away to New England, followed by LAFC on the roads. And then we have Philadelphia at home and then Atlanta away. So we've got 2 home games and 4 road games in August. So that's a busy old month for travel-wise. And then saying that, September, we've got 5 games as well in the space of in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've got a huge... I mean, thank you, MLS, for your wonderful scheduling job you do every season. Yeah, I mean, this is where we're really going to see if this club can do it. I'm glad we had a bit more depth. That's nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be a very important month.
It's 11 games in 45 days.
Hopefully, we'll have a bit of a the new manager boost that clubs get. I remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't lose. I think he won 11 in a row. To begin,
I'll take that.
Yeah, right. I'd be totally cool with that.
Yeah.
Just new guy in the building, lift some spirits. I need to see, and Rudy will definitely lift some spirits.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a little bit of that.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully you can turn a few players around. We've had a bit of a shocker so far. Keenan's just turned up. Just saying, what's up, guys? I'm ready for Rooney to win us MLS Cup. That will mean Daniel will become an Arsenal, no longer an Arsenal fan.
Nope. That means if Rooney goes
Wherever
to
he goes
Manchester
next.
United and manages,
Wherever he goes next.
I was very specific with my words. Is that if Rooney goes to Manchester United and manages them for however long, I will be a Red for that period.
I'll send
What if
you
he
a
went to
jersey for your
Spurs?
birthday.
That's it.
Oh, if he went to Spurs, it's almost worse.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
That's what you said. Wherever he went.
It's true.
If you bring up
Yeah,
a message,
I have it recorded.
okay.
Yeah.
I am very specific with my words.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Right. Next bit, I've got to go back to my show notes. So under Wayne Rooney, we've had a few incomings, and we've had a couple of departures as well. The big one being Gressel has left the building. He's now over in Vancouver, which was not the best handled, is probably the best way I can put it.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
I remember reading something that said that his wife, found out on Twitter before he even told her.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to miss WrestleMania. He was great, good player, loyal. But yeah, I guess Wayne doesn't really see anything in it, but it was handled really badly, especially for a guy who always gives 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gutted about that one. It's just, yeah, I think the biggest thing that left a bit of taste in my mouth was the fact that he got told, and then a minute later it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it sucks too because he's been such an ambassador for his club with the Z Soccer Pod. When the Losada firing happened, he was very much, I think he backed not only Losada in that situation, but also he kind of played it. He was kind of playing both sides, or he was trying to sort of play it as well as possible, or at least shed some light on the situation from a player's perspective. I think he's just done so much for the club, and for that to sort of happen, especially for the fact it doesn't shine a great light on sort of the relationship that like Stephen Goff has with the club, where like he knew, kind of the famous tweet, where he tweeted about it, and then Gressel says, "Good to know you knew about 2 minutes before I did." So. Yeah, that's it's just rough. The club did just bungled that completely.
Yeah, it's not great. But then Lucy Rushton, she was on a Twitter space and kind of did briefly touch on it. I don't think they really wanted to go down that road, but she did say that all players, they sign their contracts with MLS, not with the clubs directly. So they know that these kind of things can happen, and it can happen like that. And they're aware of what the possibilities are. So it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, which doesn't make it any better. On a human level, it's pretty rough. It's horrible. I mean, he's recently bought a house in DC. His child was born in DC. It's kind of like he's probably set up roots slightly over here as well, and then he's just been told, "Yeah, you're off to another country."
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the rougher side when it comes to footy. Like, I get it, but it's also a business, and like, if Wayne is like, I'm not going to use him, he doesn't fit the system I want to use. Would it like we could have kept Gressel around, but would it have really benefited him at all? You know, he's either gonna have to try to adapt to fit whatever Wayne is wanting to do. But yeah, I mean, it's to me like, you know, it's tough, but it's also like this is the game.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we might live to regret that one, letting him go. It's the same with when we obviously let Ariola go earlier on in the year as well. I think we're obviously living to regret that one. And then incomings wise, we've had Martin Rodriguez come in, Miguel Berry come in, Ravel Morrison recently this week has joined us as well. So, I mean, where do we start with that one? I suppose we could.
I have a lot on Ravel Morrison, considering he was a Man United Academy kid and has a fruitful history. But I know, I mean, I can get started on him if you guys want. There's a
Go
lot.
for it. Yeah, go for it.
So Ravel Morrison, he is 29 now. So 15 years ago, when he was 14, Sir Alex Ferguson said that he was the best player he's ever seen play. Wayne Rooney described him as being a country mile ahead of a better player than Paul Pogba. He was set up to be the best, and he kind of threw it all away in a way. I guess there was some growing up he needed to do. He has a history that isn't super great, where domestic violence or, you know, threats to his girlfriend, destroying her cell phone. He also has a couple homophobic things he's said in the past. So, you know, that's not the good part. Not great about that. So,
but he hasn't had any issues in the last 7 years, though.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He has done a little bit growing ups on that side.
He really had a big grow up. And Rooney saw that when he got to Derby, that he was a guy that was completely different from when he knew him at Man United. He's, you know, grown up. He knows what he needs to do. Family guy. You know, I think we're gonna see the better side of him. I'm not too worried about, you know, him off pitch. I know that's been a concern with some people. I think, you know, it's a bit of, we've all done stupid things and have had bad history. His was better than others or better than most. But I think hopefully he's in a good headspace, you know, good mentally, and we'll see the best of him as a player and as a person. That's the hope.
Definitely. I mean, I was definitely on the side of, I really wasn't sure about this signing, and I still not 100%, but I hope I'm proven wrong. And if I am, happy days.
Right.
The blueprint he really needs to see, Ravel, if you're watching the show.
First thing he did when he got to the States.
Yeah, he's like DC UK.
DC UK, that's me.
Yeah, subscribe. Which you should subscribe if you're not already. The
blueprint you need to find, and you know, it's exactly the blueprint that Rooney has followed. Gressel, Taxi, players who have come in and really sort of embedded themselves in the community, or in a way have ingratiated themselves to the supporters for the club, who study up on the club, you know, to a degree. Like I'll applaud Lasada for this, is he came in.
What's going on? Wait, what's going on? What's going on?
What? Did you just say you're going to applaud Lasada?
Are we in the upside down?
For this one thing is that he came in a way, it seemed like he knew the history, he knew the team, he knew the community. And that is how you know, the second part is playing well and staying consistent in that space. But yeah, the biggest way is just come in and make the supporters feel like, hey, you are one of us. You know, Rooney, he doesn't care. He's gonna go to Dulles. He's gonna get arrested for some broken English, and we're gonna just eat that up. It's great. Obviously, don't get arrested. Don't do anything stupid. But it's just that is what you need to do as a player. Come in and really come in like you care about the community, and that's what he needs to do.
Yeah. So Miguel Barry, obviously we've signed him quite cheap GAM transfer, I thought.
Is it just me, or does he look like Granit Xhaka?
A little bit, yeah.
I've been
appreciated
told by
that.
Arsenal friends, I'm like, I'm pretty sure we just got the MLS Granit Xhaka.
He does on the sizzle reel that we got showing what he does was a lot of shouting.
Yeah,
he does a lot of shouting. Seems to have a nice finish on him.
Xhaka can hit them too.
Yes. There's
I'm
a different style of hitting.
True.
Miguel has a bit more finesse. Xhaka just leathers the out of it.
You just picture someone's head and just...
Yeah. I do that with a golf ball.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. What we were saying earlier, I'm just happy this team has depth, especially with the amount of games we're about to play. So yeah, it's great to have him, and hopefully we'll get some good out of him.
Yeah, get some goals, partner up with Taxi up top or Estrada, and get that 4-4-2 going. I want 4-4-2. Wazza ball. Wazza ball. That's what we're all about. That's going to be the
Wazza ball. Take it back to the 70s.
That's going to be the hashtag I'm going to be using when it comes to match day tomorrow's hashtag Wazza ball.
Yeah, I will be at that game. Actually, I'm really hoping.
You're not taking your dad, are you?
No, he's not coming.
We've got a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I told my dad I'm not going to any more games with him this season. I was like, Dad, this season is way too important right now. I can't bring you to anything. But yeah, so I'll be at the Screaming Eagles tailgate where we had our lovely live show.
Yeah.
And then going to the stadium with my buddy Forrest.
Nice. Very nice. Leroy's just saying he frequently uses 4-2-3-1, which is true. He does use that. But he also uses 4-4-2. So I'm hoping for some 4-4-2.
I'm interested if with the 4-2-3-1, if the three, we've seen an uptick in guys who can play attacking midfield coming to the squad.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that three is going to show that. I'm wondering what we're gonna get out of that. Maybe play a big man up top and then play three guys. Leroy just asked where the Screaming Eagles tailgate. That is at a place called Buzzard Point, which is right by the stadium. You can literally just search for it on Google, show you right where to go.
It is the Matthew Henson Center, to be precise. Do head down there. It is, if you're not a Screaming Eagles member, if I remember rightly, it's $15 entry fee. But that means you get your booze included in that. And they usually have games happening, and it's always good chat, music. It's a great venue. Yeah, great people, great venue on the river. Fantastic. And as Heather's just come into the chat there, it is the best tailgate. Yeah,
it is. It's brilliant. So that's where I will be tomorrow, and then walk over to the game. Yeah.
Are you gonna wear? What shirt are you gonna wear?
I'm probably gonna.
You're gonna wear the
podcast. But if Rooney's coaching, I kind of think I have to.
Yeah.
So
you kind of need to.
Yeah, gonna wear that. Gonna get papusa, have a few pints, and scream at Wazza all game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do your best Scouse impression as well. just if you see him getting a bit heated, just go, hey, calm down.
I'm excited though. It's gonna be great.
Love that. Other signing, Martin Rodriguez, seen as more of a bit of a winger. And again, as you said, another attacking midfielder. we're quite heavy up top on that one now. So my concern is the fact that we've not really signed anyone at the back.
Yeah. I feel like we're doing we'll just score more.
I mean, I'm for that. Score more than one more than you.
I'll take that. But yeah, it's a bit risky. We don't really have a lot of depth in defense. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, I really do think he's going to play 3 attacking midfielders up there with a big man up top.
Yeah, Estrada will be the man up top, I think.
Yeah, and then we'll probably see Rodriguez, Taxi, and whenever he comes in, Raul Morrison.
Yeah, obviously he's still got to wait for his classic work permit, which will probably take about 7 years to come through.
Man, it'd be nice if we had a bail rule around here.
Yeah, got it in like 2 days.
What is the deal with that?
Donnie G, that he can't keep getting away with it.
It's so obvious.
It really
so
is.
obvious.
It's gross. Like honestly, there's of all the bad optics of a league, like as a retirement league, the worst is just like the blatant just, we need a star. We need stars. We have all these rules. Forget about it. We're going to get rid of this rule.
We're going to push it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. For a league that is so stringent on rules, with archaic salary caps and all of this weird stuff, trying to maintain parity among clubs. The fact that it will just be very serious about a certain set of rules and then just skirt the rest. I hate it. That's oof.
It's just like playing favorites. Like
Yeah, it really is. Other things that we've had, obviously, these last couple of weeks, we had the game against Bayern Munich.
Okay.
We scored 2 goals.
Yeah, that counts as a win.
Yeah, and we didn't have our best lineup out either.
No, we didn't. Kempin,
we had a couple of Loudon players.
Kempin, I'm speaking directly to you. On that second shot, on that second goal, why did you dodge it? He jumped the opposite way and was like, "Why did you dodge it?" It went straight down the middle. Straight down the middle.
My favorite was Devin McTavish, just bless his heart, trying to play out a scenario where he's trying to get in Kempin's headspace and trying to be like, what, trying to rationalize or trying to empathize with Kempin in that situation. I'm like, oh, Devin, you sweet angel, you.
Yeah,
but man, that was just
you were fighting a losing battle.
Yes.
I could give Kempin credit though. He did almost say that Mane penalty. You got a hand to it.
But he didn't say
there was also a little bit of a McTavish nugget that came through about him lining up against Real Madrid. Did you catch that?
What?
I did not catch that.
Yeah. He has.
Was this a DC friendly game?
No, this was. I don't know what it was, but like he again, like training
DC
with
I did tie against Real Madrid.
Throws this out to the side, saying, "Yeah, like lining up against Real Madrid." I'm like, what? What was this?
So DC and I definitely played Real Madrid in a friendly where they tied 1-1.
Okay, so yeah, okay,
maybe that was it.
That was probably it then.
This was.
That was
right. So look, see if I can find the lineup from that game.
That would be my guess.
Where would I find? You guys keep talking about the Bayern Munich game whilst I'm looking for this.
I don't have much else to say about that game.
It was good seeing Mane. He's looking fresh. He's looking like,
thank God he's out of the Premier League.
Yeah.
My Lord. I think we're all grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun watching DC United against these German giants, and when the few times we were pushing forward, and I was like, "Oh, do it!" I was getting so pumped. I was like, "Come on, man! just get a goal against Bayern. Just have that under your belt. So it was nice that we
Scar-
got to it.
Skarke Simonson scored one, and TKD scored one as well,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still looking for this. Right, 2006.
Yep.
I'm going back through the archives. Right. Please tell me you're going to have the friendly matches on this.
So I'm trying to think of Real Madrid in 2006. So that would have been
Ramos.
Ramos. Yep. Did you have
Zidane?
Zidane? Oh, yeah. Zidane was still playing with. Yeah.
I'll tell you because behind me, you see this right here.
Yeah.
This is all the pictures from when I went to the 06 World Cup final. And that was his last year. It was 2006.
Was Beckham on that squad, or was he still? I'm Beckham.
Actually, was his first game against us?
Yeah.
Or was that when he was playing against? Or was that against Galaxy?
He left Man United in 06.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, summer of 06. So I wouldn't be.
That very well could be the case.
It's either 06 or 05. Can't remember.
Why is this? Oh, here we go. Oh, we played against them in 2009 as well. Hang on, August 9th. Here we go. Where is he? Devon. Apparently, he wasn't in the travel roster for that game.
Oh, was he not?
In 2006. No.
Damn it, Devin.
Did I mishear something, or did I must have
lied to the people?
Because I don't know how this is from the Seattle Times because the game was in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Perkins, David Stokes, Facundo Erpen, Dominic Mediate, Justin Moose, Freddie Adu, Christian Gomez, Eskandarian, Olsen, Diachenko, Carroll, Gross, Ramando, Sims, Nickel, Walker, Carroll, Nemeth, Boswell, and Moreno were in the roster for us. And then for Real Madrid, you had the Galacticos of Iker Casillas, Michel Salgado, Roberto Carlos, Sergio Ramos, Fabio Cannavaro, Raul, Julio Baptista, Robinho, Cicinho, Jonathan Woodgate. I have to throw that one in there because he's a Borough lad. David Beckham, Juan Fran, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, that was
that is a team and a half.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Need to bring that many good guys. Oh my god.
No, not at all.
But it was in 2006 where we tied them, where Moreno scored in like the last 2 minutes. Pretty sure.
We got a little bit of news coming in.
Apparently, I've not seen anything official yet. Oh yeah, Sauce. I did see that earlier on today.
Oh
yeah.
Thank God. Yeah. We need a center mid.
Yes, he is a defensive midfielder. So thank you, Leroy. We'll bring this up on screen. We're in talks of acquiring Icelandic international Victor Paulsen from Schalke in Germany, who are in Bundesliga 2 in the second division. Who's had quite a few appearances. He's had MLS experience with the Red Bulls. So he's no stranger to this league. That's back in 2012.
31, not a bad age.
Yeah. Experience.
Yeah.
Not going to argue too much with that. $500,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not a sign that's going to set the world alight. Let's put it that way. But yeah.
Depth.
Could be worse. Depth.
Yeah.
Depth.
We need the depth.
That's all I care about.
We've been crying for depth. So,
And it's what we talked about earlier, sort of shoring up that back line. So, or not the back line itself, but at least
yeah,
getting some
give it
bodies
cover.
in a space that needs it.
Yeah. So speaking of depth and cover and defensive frailties that we've got going on, free agency.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few players who are coming up on free agency, a few of DC players as well, in the form of Bill Hamid. Steve Birnbaum is apparently coming up on there as well. Tony Alfaro, Kamara, John Kempen, Chris Aduyasam, Brad Smith. Those are guys who are all coming up. And the two who don't have options for us are Bill Hamid and Ola Kamara. So,
And I think we'll see them both go.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stick around. Bill's not had a great season. He's expensive for how much time he's out of the game for. Yeah, I can see, unfortunately, Bill leaving for the second time. But
yeah, and he has all of our hearts. We all love him. He's saved us so many times.
Yeah, club legend. He's always going to be that.
Yeah, it's club legend. But when the thing is he's been out for a lengthy amount of time for 3 seasons in a row. And you can't really do that because, as we saw last season, playing the other keeper, Kempen, was an absolute disaster for us. Yeah, I mean it's harsh, but it's true. We probably would have made playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just look back at that Nashville game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we were 2-0 up and then lost 5-2.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kempen. So defensive-wise, I want to go through that, and I want to hear your thoughts on who would be your top pick out of the players who are coming up on free agency. Doesn't matter whether they've got an option or not. Who would you pick?
So some interesting names on that list, but really the only one that sticks out to me, and I don't know, is I don't know. He's his playing time's gone down, but he was very much a rising star a few years ago. But Marco Farfan.
Okay. Yeah.
Left back. Got a kind of a situation on that end of the field with Brad Smith going out. He's a young guy. He's like 23, so like he is a quality player, I think, and might be kind of looking for some greener pastures. So I'd say it wouldn't hurt, sort of for DC to court him.
Fair. Tom, who would you go?
I don't have a specific person in my thoughts. It's more what I think we really need. And for me, I think we need a goalie. I think we're really going to need a goalie. And I actually would prefer if we got a goalie from the MLS. Someone who's more, in tune to how the MLS plays, knows what he's getting into, knows, how to do the game. So yeah, I don't have a specific person, but give me a goalie.
Fair. There's 2 players that I've seen on the list. One of them is incredibly controversial. But if these 2 players, they need to be able to stay fit. That's the only problem.
I hate these.
I know, right? But first one is Miles Robinson.
Uh-huh.
I would love to have him. I think he's a great defender, but he just needs to look after his I think it's his ankles that he keeps getting injured. I think he's out injured at the moment, but I would love to have him. I think he's a great defender. The other one, please don't hate me for this one. Aaron Long.
Why?
He is a good defender.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I'd rather he be on our side than someone else's side.
Yeah, exactly. So that's who I would. And he's out of. He's got no option either.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Experienced.
Screw it.
knows
Yeah.
the MLS inside out,
Yep.
international.
And I dig it. I
Yeah.
you know me, I got a soft spot for defenders, so there you go.
And I've got a soft spot for controversy. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. In terms of keepers wise, Bendick from Union is coming
I
up.
was looking at
So that would be a decent one. I don't really see anyone else that's sticking out to me in terms of keeper wise that's coming out of.
Do you think we'll pick up the Kempton option?
Moving on.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, I don't. I
sign
don't think
someone.
he'll end up back in San Diego. I reckon.
I'll cry if we start the next season as a Romo Kempton setup. I mean, I feel like it's a must.
Other players that I'm seeing on this list, Felipe is coming up out of contract. Have him back. But other than that, there's Perry Kitchen.
Perry.
Who else we got? John Mensah. I know he's aging a bit, but Pedro Santos as well is on there. Julian Gressel.
I think we might have accosted that one.
Who else we got on there? Eric Sabaletta's on there. Kellen Acosta.
Sean Johnson is on that list as well. Speaking of goalkeepers,
Is he? I must
I
have skipped that one.
would 100% take him.
yeah.
And there's no option on him as well.
No, he's out.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I love that on Wikipedia. They still have his picture when he was with the what was he with? With the Chicago Fire in 2012, and you just got baby Sean Johnson right on there.
I would also Bedoya's on there.
Yeah.
I've seen two players who would be great to have in the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Dick and Bush.
Graham Zusi was also a name that popped up on that list. And I'm like, Graham Zusi? He's still
Great
playing?
turnaround.
Yeah.
How old is he?
76.
He's pretty old, right?
He's Graham's. Here we go. How old is he? He is
33, I'm guessing.
35.
35, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks, mate.
No, I think we'll
You're all
pass on that
gone.
one.
Here I am making fun of these guys for being old. They're 35, and here I am 36. Like, that's hilarious.
Oh, it's fine. I'm 34, so I'm not that far off. Leroy's just saying, what about Abubakar?
Yeah, actually, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad signing.
Say wouldn't be a bad guy at all.
No. Yeah. No,
Jovan
Jones
on there. Oh man, these are blast from the
So-
past. Earl Edwards is also on this list.
Yes, I did see him there.
Who will also come up later in this podcast.
Oh, okay. Is
Yeah.
this part of MLS 101?
The return, baby.
Nice. Right. I've got a little bit of an echo. I don't know who that's from.
Hopefully not me.
Hello.
I'm just gonna say a couple of things now. But yeah,
Okay.
I can't hear myself now, so that's good. Good boy has just come over and said number 10 shirt remains free. I wonder who will fill our remaining 2 DP slots. I think we'll go on that one at the end of the show.
Yeah.
In the fan questions. I think we've gotten on enough about news and stuff. We're quite far into the show now. we've got quite a lot still to go through.
We did 15 minutes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we really do. Anyway, right, I'm just going to roll the VT for end of the news. It's still great.
I love it.
Yeah. Right. So we had previous MLS match last weekend against Minnesota United, which I didn't watch because I was not well in any way, shape, or form. It was middle of heat. We were having the heat wave. I had stomach issues and I was ridiculously tired, so I was just not going to stay up. But I'll quickly run through the stats as I always do. 2-0 defeat. We had more possession. They had 46.6 and we had 53.4. 17 shots they had to our 5. They had 6 on target. We had 0. 2 offsides to 1. 3 fouls to 8. So really low count on the fouls. And XG was 1.9 to 0.3. So in terms of expected goals, that literally was how the scoreline was how that reflected. Notes about this one that I've got is the fact that we had another game where we failed to test the keeper. So that's 2 in last 4 or 5 games. And we did have a weekend lineup where we didn't have Taxi, Russell Knaus, and this was the last time Gressel was able to play before he moves. But now he's no longer with us, so that's neither. Did either of you guys watch this game?
I did, unfortunately.
I did as well, but this was such a game. Bear in mind the fact that really this was kind of like a DC United B squad in a lot of senses. Obviously, you had Estrada, Nahar, Birnbaum, Heinzike, Durkin, like they were all on. But you had Kadiri, Smith, who went down, Skundrich, Jafal, and Hopkins, kind of all kind of shoring up that left side, and really it was just kind of it was a game. Like it happened. It was a game. That's sort of it.
Let's move on.
I watched the whole game. I can't tell you, like, there's nothing that stuck out about it. Reanzo looked fantastic for Minnesota, and clearly, let's put Minnesota in the Prem because they basically relegated Everton.
Oh, that was such a good tweet. That's such a good tweet.
Yeah, it was a very good tweet. Between Charlotte and Minnesota, that's how that works, right? Oh, that was.
It was like Everton is about to be the first team to be relegated from the MLS. That's so good. Sorry, Angus.
Lamps.
I'm telling you, he's not got long.
No. There's some one pro from Gooner Boy. TKD got minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Should we leave it there?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's move on to the game this weekend then, where we're playing Montreal this weekend.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be a good one. 8 p.m. kickoff. So late night Saturday, early hours of Sunday morning. The joys. It's a 1 a.m. kickoff for over here in the British Isles. So work it out from there. Head to head, 8 wins apiece and 8 draws. So very even, this one. Last season we beat Montreal 2-1 at home. And the only time we've ever beaten them consecutively was back in 2015. So it's been a while. We're currently on our worst defensive record in a 10-game stretch in our history. We've conceded 28 goals in the last 10 games. So that's great. Montreal's win against Toronto was the only second clean sheet of the season. And they haven't done it twice in a row since May, June of last year until this weekend.
It's crazy they're in fourth place.
Yeah, they've had a great season so far.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they're in fourth place and they have. Well, okay. Damn, I was about to expose myself.
Please don't do that on live on air.
No. United finished with a one goal difference and got sixth. And I was about to get on Montreal for being in fourth with -1. And so I can't really talk. So I'll just be quiet.
Yes, you probably should. Yeah.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah. Kamara scored 6 times against Montreal. So he likes a game against the Canadians. For Montreal, Kyoto has scored 4 of the last 9 Montreal goals. And Rodriguez is finally available. Finally. I mean, it feels like we signed him back in January of this year. And he's only just got his work permit. DPs wise, they've got Victor Wanyama. That's their only DP. Under 22 initiatives, they've got 3 players in that. So they've got Robert Thorkelson, who's a defender, Sanusi Ibrahim, who's a forward, and Marko Miljevic, who's a midfielder. And they've got a Generation Adidas player, or Adidas, depending on your pronunciation of preference. Mason Toy, who is a striker. So they've got a few sort of players in and around the young age. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one, as you've already mentioned, Tom. They're in fourth.
Yeah, but they get scored on. So so do we. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know if Rooney's going to be cleared in time, but I'm hoping so. It'd be very cool to see his first game as coach.
They play a pretty aggressive, kind of like a 3-5-2 or like a 3-4-3 type of setup. And you know that I hope that DC is able to kind of handle that. It's going to be kind of a game they'll have to grind out, I think. I don't know. Do you have, 4 in the back? Like that's a better setup for the team. But it's shown that like this team still gives up goals like crazy. So I don't know how that kind of works out with Kyoto and Kamara up top and, Wanyama coming at them. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one, this one. But hopefully home field advantage will come through. What was the atmosphere like for the Bayern game? Was it a pretty good one? I heard that there was packed. Yeah,
it was completely packed. We were talking about it in the group chat that we're pretty sure that's the first time it's been packed since the 2018 playoff game.
Yep.
Apparently, there's a lot of tickets going available for this weekend.
Yeah, that is what I haven't seen too.
But isn't it supposed to be really hot out there for the game?
It's gonna be like 96. Yeah.
So that's probably playing into it a little bit as well.
Yeah. I mean,
it's midsummer DC, but look, we're all aware of the issues that DC has faced since a pretty turbulent move to Audi Field, but heat wasn't necessarily holding people back when it came to a lot of those games at RFK. Like you could still pack a good supporters section back in those days. It's just, it's an underperforming team. It's a ownership group that's alienated supporters on a lot of different ends between kind of like the old school, old guard types, and then a lot of the newer supporters. They can't win anyone right now, and it's just rough.
Yeah, it is. So, but game this weekend. How do we think this is going to unfold? Shall we say? Are we going to get some goals? Start scoring a bit more? We've looked a little bit more solid defensively the last couple of games. Obviously, not the Bayern game, but then that's friendly game, and it's Bayern Munich, so they were obviously going to score lots of goals. We seem a bit more patient in the build-up. It's a tricky one for me, this one. I just don't know how I can see this one going. We've got
I know exactly
Rodriguez.
what's going to happen.
Well, yeah.
I know exactly what's going to happen.
We're going to win 7-0.
If Rooney is coach, we're going to win 2-1. If Rooney is not coaching, it's 1-1.
Okay.
No L's.
I would say, regardless of who's coaching, I think it's going to come down to the mental component of the game, which DC has lacked in many, many ways this season. I think there will be goals scored. I think we'll go at late in the game we'll have a 2-2 scoreboard, but I think Montreal will steal one late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 3-2.
We are pretty good at doing that.
Yeah.
Giving away late goals.
From a set piece.
From a set piece. But my dad's there.
Yeah. But your dad's not going to be there this weekend, so.
Dad's not going to be there. That's why I'm not calling. That's why I'm not calling a loss.
I'm just trying to know what I would potentially go with. Obviously, Rodriguez is going to be there. It depends on the forward line, I think. If we've got Estrada, Taxi, Rodriguez as sort of the front three, and even Berry, yeah. I'm going to go 3-2.
Win?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, plenty of goals. Entertainment on value. Yeah. Why not? If Montreal concede a fair few, but also score a fair few, then why not? Let's have some end-to-end stuff. Let's have Dave going, it's in the net a few times.
Yeah.
And
it's in the net.
It's in the net.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, we need that. We need that back again. So I'm going to go 3-2. Tom, you're going either 1-1 or 2-1, depending on who's coach.
Yeah, let's just go with 2-1 win. I'm not going to jump around. Yeah.
Cool. And Daniel, final answer?
3-2 loss. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Daniel has been kicked off the podcast.
It's pessimistic, Daniel.
That's fair.
I think it's real. I think, like I said, there's still games to be had here, but it's a team that just has a lot of issues. There are issues on issues, and I think it's just too much to come to a playoff run this season.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Absolutely. We've just had another member come and join us in DC UK, not in the Twitter group, but through on Facebook. So thank you very much to Keith. Welcome to the group. So now it's time for Daniel to get his notes. You ready?
I'm all set. By the way, we haven't had a DC Who. Do we not just have one this season?
I completely forgot.
That's totally
Was
fine.
it because I guessed last time so quickly?
I just completely forgot.
Marinate.
I came on. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. So yeah, we're skipping it this week.
Fair. I am going to James. Could you time?
I can time. I just need to roll the VT there.
All right.
Well, let me whack Daniel up to there.
There we go.
There we go. So it is over to you, Daniel. Let us know what you're going to do.
Yes. So there's going to be a little bit of a preamble because I actually had this prepared last week. Very fresh with the Wayne Rooney announcement / speculation. But that's come into light as sort of a reality, and like that's all done and dusted. But there was a lot of questions at the time about the league's sort of diversity hiring program. So Lots of questions about that, especially with the fact that like the Rooney hire was very much like a bang bang type of thing. Like it was very much like midnight call, hey Rooney, we need you, bud, type of thing. So yeah, so that's what I'll be covering, and sort of this is really just kind of covering how this whole policy came around. It's actually been around for a while, but it was sort of enhanced for back in 2021. So now we'll get into that a little bit. So
Sure.
whoever is ready to time me right now.
Yeah, I shall give you a little countdown, and then I'll start the timer. So we'll do it on a 3, 2, 1 countdown for you. So 3, 2, 1.
U.S. Soccer has been alight with the announcement of DC United hiring Wayne Rooney as its next full-time manager. It didn't seem like things could get bigger than the Bale announcement, but DC always finds a way to make silly season even sillier. MLS insiders like Stephen Goff and Pablo Maurer pointed out the league's diversity hiring policy when soccer Twitter passed around some early rumors. Regardless, Rooney and the club have agreed to a contract, and the position is now official. I would have loved being a fly on the wall in the room during these discussions, but that's a story for another time. This week, I'd like to highlight Major League Soccer's diversity hiring policy. There are multitudes of views about this kind of policy, but I will only cover the straight details about what the policy is, how it was developed, and what enhancements were made in 2021. Before the hiring rule revisions happened in 2021, the league operated with a policy adopted from the National Football League called, coincidentally, the Rooney Rule. This policy had remained largely unchanged since 2007. The Rooney Rule required all teams looking for new coaches or staff members to interview at least one candidate from a diverse candidate pool. The diversity hiring policy has since had a few updates. Most notably, teams will be required to advance at least 2 non-white candidates to the final round of the job interviews, and one of these candidates must be Black or African American. Teams must provide proof that they have created an equal interview process for all candidates, and the league will expand its definition of underrepresented groups to include Black or African American, Hispanic, Latino or Latina, American Indian, Alaska Native, Asian, Hawaiian, Pacific Islanders, Canadian Indigenous, Canadian First Nations, women, and members of the LGBTQ+ community. Teams must publicize vacant positions through a league-wide diversity portal. An important detail to note is that this policy applies to sporting positions. And the positions are as follows. So this is first team sporting positions, which is a chief soccer operator or officer, general manager, sporting director, assistant general manager or technical director, head of soccer operations, director of player personnel, head coach, or assistant coaches. This also applies to the academy level positions of the sporting variety, which includes academy director, academy head coaches, and academy assistant coaches. And when it comes to violations, league commissioner hands out sanctions publicly to the offending clubs. This penalty system is tiered as such. This is where I can get into a little bit of sort of conspiracy here. But the first knock is up to $50,000 for the first offense. For the second is $100,000. And then the third offense is up to $100,000 or more for the third offense and beyond, pursuant to the commissioner's discretion. Teams are also afforded a waiver to bypass this diversity policy in the case of an interim hire under extenuating circumstances, which was sort of DC United's Lasada Ashton situation. This policy was developed by representatives from league stakeholders like Black Players for Change and the Soccer Collective on Racial Equality. League representatives from individual clubs and league offices worked with these organizations to formulate the enhanced policy. Some notable names with links to DC United include Quincy Amarikwa, Ali Curtis, Earl Edwards Jr., and Danita Johnson. This policy isn't just limited to MLS level. It also applies to lower division leagues such as MLS Next Pro and MLS Next. However, this only applies to MLS academies in those respective leagues. There are a couple of reasons why this policy exists. One, it's to improve the representation of ethnicities, gender, and sexual orientation at the highest levels of sporting positions in MLS. The other goal is to increase transparency in the open positions and hiring processes within the league. The end goal is to create a more equitable environment for job candidates from underrepresented groups. While the policy only applies to sporting positions right now, there are plans to extend this policy to front office and related positions in the future. And where I kind of get a little bit of that conspiracy is, look, I think with it probably being a first offense for DC United with whatever this Rooney situation, if they did somehow skirt that policy, as craven as that is, I think they think we'll eat the 50,000 and then let Rooney do his thing. But that's just me. I don't know if they're applying it or how it's being applied, but that's sort of maybe how that turns out. But yeah, that is innocent. The MLS diversity hiring practice.
Nice.
I know I probably went a little bit over on that one.
So you were 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all, that.
I think without that footnote at the end, I would have been 5 minutes under. So
I've noticed when you're finishing, you kind of slow down. You're like, and that was. Yeah. I'm like, dude, hurry!
If you didn't have that footnote at the end there, because I did quickly pause it, it's 4 minutes 56.
Okay, not bad. I think so. that was actually what I had written down. That last part, I just kind of went on the fly with that one. But all right, that's still not bad. There you go. That's good.
Nice.
That was really good. I enjoyed that.
So sorry. So you think with DC United and Rooney, we're just like screw it.
And here's the thing, however timetables work on that, that's an interesting question. And like I am very curious to see if they had to use a loophole or maybe they follow policy just in a very rushed type of way.
But saying that, so you think about how long Chad's been in interim charge for, they could have interviewed for quite a long time.
And that's the thing, as far as like the job portal goes, not super clear on like accessibility to that, or anything like that. So yeah, it's interesting. I'd love to know how that all shakes out with them.
And that was a big issue in the NFL where teams were claiming to, be interviewing either Black football coaches. And then I can't remember who the coach was. He came out and he was like, this is completely not true. They never even bothered.
I don't know. I haven't followed the NFL in years, so
it was just like so very clear. He was like, no, of course, like they didn't interview me at all. They're just putting me in there because I'm Black so they can get past the diversity hire.
Yeah, wow.
But saying that, we have hired Lucy as general manager, so we obviously do follow the. But then saying that, I think she's actually the right person for the job. Sounds really bad, but I always want to see the right person in the right job. But obviously, that opportunity needs to be available to everyone.
And that's sort of the thing. This is the brass tacks of it all. There are discussions whirling all the time about this sort of thing. But no, it's an interesting policy, and the fact that they had it operating as a certain way, and then they changed it fairly recently is interesting. And there's a good DC United connection there with those former players, and then obviously Danita Johnson as a front office member.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, that wraps MLS 101 up for this week. now we go up to fun question time.
All right.
I'm going to start off with the question that Gooner Boy had put up in the chat there, which is about obviously 2 DP slots. Number 10 shirt remains free. Who's going to be our 2 DPs? Who's going to fill in the number 10 slot? Is that going to be down to Ravel Morrison?
He's wearing like 49 or something currently. What really sucks about it is that the number 10 shirt usually goes to an attacking midfielder. And like, we don't need another attacking midfielder. Please stop signing attacking midfielders.
I would love us to get a DP in defense, because it's not the general thing that happens, but we need someone strong. I was kind of hoping we could have gone for someone like Ben Mee, who was who's just signed for another Premier League team, but he was someone who was available on a free transfer. I was thinking that could have been good. He has rejected offers from MLS though, so we could have been one of those teams.
I could have been that rejection.
We could have been the rejection. We could shaky fist emoji.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at the question for the number 10 shirt, it's not gonna go to a defender. It would be the funniest thing ever. It would be amazing.
It'd be like, was it Rui Patricio, the goalkeeper from Wolves, who wore the number 11? I think it was him. Was it Rui Patricio?
He's at Roma now.
With Paulo Dybala.
With Dybala,
he signed for. He left.
Or no, where's I thought he went to Roma, or did he? Where's he?
Yeah, he signed for Roma now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because he left Juventus. Yep.
Yeah. So we're not getting him now.
Man United agents were in contact with him, and I was like, no, please, no.
But we don't really need yet another attacking midfielder. Could Victor Paulsen take that number 10 shirt and use it as a defensive midfielder number?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm thinking that I feel like this season nothing's going to happen with it, and someone, because we've signed a bunch of these guys to a year with an option. If it goes well, whoever out of those attacking midfielders, they'll probably take that shirt.
Can we just throw all of our gam at Lucho Costa?
He doesn't want to come back.
He doesn't
want to come back, does he? We ruined his dream.
I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was on Twitter Spaces, and Pablo had texted him, and he said, "Never say never."
Oh wow!
How amazing would that be?
That'd be really wild.
Really funny.
Bring Lucho home, yeah.
I mean, we owe him like 1,000 apologies.
Yes.
Like,
and I think
we did him dirty.
He and Rooney had just a magical relationship while they were here. So if anyone could get him back, it would be Rooney.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sure.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
It's been a year of return tours for players, so why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Right, let's get some other questions up and running. So next one, Victor over on Instagram asked, why should fans be excited by the Ravel Morrison signing? Just watch his sizzle reel.
Yeah.
I would say, as I was boasting earlier, Sir Alex Ferguson said he's the best player he's ever seen when he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney said he's, a country mile ahead of Paul Pogba. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I would just like him to focus on the field, and does that, we're going to get a very good player. He's only 29. This is where we should see some effort. He's got a chance to make a new here. If you've watched his Derby highlights, he did very well there. He was basically the person keeping that team going for a while.
Apparently, there's if you want to see vintage Wazza Ball, there's clips from Derby County versus Barnsley, where Ravel Morrison actually scores a goal. And apparently, it's just pass, and a lovely finish from Morrison. So that's something that we need to have a little look at. For me also, he's got bags of experience from different countries and continents as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's played in Mexico, he's played in Europe, not just in the UK, but he's played in Italy.
Yep.
So he's got that different flavour, which means he can bring different styles of play to us.
For what it's worth, the only person who's really ragged on him was Sam Allardyce. And that's it. Otherwise, everyone else has had nothing but good things to say about him with his on-field
even with Sam Allardyce, it was a backhanded compliment because he said it was just a waste of talent.
Yeah.
So obviously identified that he has the talent, but it was just
Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce has his own issues.
Yeah. No, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It is Big Sam, but
best England manager ever there.
Big Sam. I was going to say, if listeners do not know, he was overheard talking about the best way to get refs to give you decisions and to basically sway them in your way, which is not allowed. Ravel is an Atlas legend.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. Brian, who's a DC UK member, so come and join us if you haven't already. We've just had memberships coming through this live stream as well, so come and join us. You see the thing going through at the bottom, or if you're listening, it's dcunitedkingdom.com/membership. He's asked, is it at this point in the season a realistic goal to just make the playoffs, or should we think it's possible that we could do more than that? If it's just making the playoffs, should we feel that next season with Rooney will be a much more positive season? I think next season will be a much more positive season. Yeah. I don't know. Playoffs is, for this season, is probably a stretch target.
There's no chance of making playoffs this season in my eyes. I really don't think there's a chance. We got to bring in Rooney. We're going to drop a game here or there. August is going to be rough. But as we were saying earlier in the show, I think the goal is to not get last. We want to see improvement. We want to see Rooney do some things good, see a different team out there on the pitch. And I think we'll get that, So I think we'll see some improvements, and then Rooney will have the offseason to work with them. And, hey, then sky's the limit.
Yeah, fair.
I have no data to back it up, but, teams who win in August win in November. And, you look at New York NYCFC last season. They won in August, and then they won the championship. So it's just a brutal month to play through. And, they're just going to have to really just play out of their minds this next month or so.
Yeah, definitely. King Jones over on Instagram asked, where will Morrison and Taxi play in Rooney's 4-2-3-1? So I'll probably see Taxi as a wide player and Ravel Morrison sitting in behind the striker.
Yep.
That's how I would see it.
Yeah, I think we were talking a bit earlier. I think he's going to play 3 attacking midfielders. I think we'll see Ravel, Taxi, and then either Barry, or we'll see Martinez as well. So I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I'm trying to say Martinez, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I was like, I just put Martin. I put Martin Rodriguez, and I was like, Martinez.
You English and your absolute disregard for Latin names. Like, what if Martinez? Like,
Martinez, whatever.
Yeah.
No, so Martin Rodriguez. It'll probably be Martin Rodriguez, Ravel Morrison, and Taxi. And then Barry will slot in somewhere depending on how things are going. Then probably Estrada up top,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there.
Cool. Last question we've got is from Jose S, which was, who do you expect to sign from Europe now that we have the Rooney juice?
no
one wants Rooney juice.
Yeah, that's from my roommate. I had a couple questions for him as well on that, asking about the Rooney juice. I'm literally just looking at him like, why did you ask that? Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of connections in England and Europe. He's definitely someone that draws names, draws talent. And yeah, I mean, I don't think we could pinpoint exactly who. I don't think there will be a lot more ex-Derby players considering what was happening at Derby. I think Ravel was a special, because of his connection with Rooney and how they've known each other for, decades. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I think we've got a much better chance to bring in some bigger European names with Rooney at the helm.
Just not Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, please not Jesse Lingard.
Well, he's now Forest.
He's
signed for Forest on like 200 grand a week.
I love it. It makes me so happy.
It's just, I am very pleased we've missed out on him.
He would not have done a thing here.
Nah. It'd have been like that, whatever is.
Oh, no, it's
Like, it's like, what is, I mean.
What is this?
well, it's kind of West Ham, kind of Red Devils. It's.
See, I've always done it like Batman. Like it's Batman for some reason. But he's, he is the lead dancer of the Emirates Stadium. So, got to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, dear.
We're
not getting.
No comment.
We're not signing Luis Suarez either.
Nope.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, he's back down. He's apparently signed for Nacional in Uruguay.
Yeah, I kind of figured he'd want to go back home.
Yeah, he's at that age where he's probably won that last hurrah with his hometown team. Just fair. But other than that, I don't know who else we could really bring in from European flavour for that Rooney juice.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, he's not.
Brian was talking about him today.
Really?
Maybe Jamie. No, it would not be Jamie Vardy. That would be no.
No,
how amazing that would be.
No, absolutely not.
Vardy's having a party over in DC.
We would have to close the MGM Grand Casino we have here because he would absolutely roll it out. He loves a good casino.
But he does have a owning stake in Rochester FC.
Also, are we really gonna get Rebecca Vardy's wife and Carly Rooney?
No, that's why I was like, scratch that, absolutely
scratch
not.
that immediately. They just get together and just start talking trash about their wives. Like, I don't believe this.
That would be amazing.
What's the Ronaldo situation? Speaking of players with
nobody wants them.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, no one wants them.
And Ten Hag has said that Martial has been really good in preseason. He's going to start over him. Yeah. Jeez. I'm like, yeah, go for it. Yeah. Martial's been great. I think
he's a big target, man. But it's actually a winger.
A bit of a thing to chew on it. And so he's shown out. He's been really good. Ronaldo is literally trying to sign with anyone who's in Champions League, and they've all told him no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I tell you what, if he brings them in, DC could get a cup this year. No,
No.
They could run. They could run. I think if they sign Ronaldo, they could run. Absolutely. I would be.
Definitely better.
I
I think we can agree he's better than Estrada. I think we can agree. Sorry, Estrada, you're not better than Ronaldo. I'll be the first.
No. Oh, right. Anyway, should we leave it there? Yeah. Cool.
Bye.
Well, that is the end of it. Thank you all for watching. If you've been tuning in, and if you're listening or watching after the fact, thank you for making it this far into the podcast. But Daniel, where can the good folks out there find you?
Yeah, find me on Twitter, Professor DC UK. Things have calmed down a little bit, so I'm now a little more present and soccer focused on there. My mind's been just all over the place the past couple of months. So yeah. And as always, join the supporter group Twitter chat. It's a great place to be.
Definitely, you can just see the link just rolling through at the bottom right there. Tom, what about yourself?
Guys, you can find me on Twitter, retweeting, favoriting, commenting on everything that has to do with the footy world. Come find me at DC UK Unfiltered because, there's some.
You have no filter.
There's no filter. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But guys, also please start leaving comments, reviews for podcasts, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on the podcast app on your phone. We really appreciate it. Just to see what we can do better, what you want to see more. And thank you guys for support.
Yeah, definitely.
I do want to throw in one last thing. Am I able to share my screen real quick?
Oh.
Is this something I could try real quick?
Of course you can. Go for it.
All
From
right.
left field. Let's go.
No, this is a bit random.
Oh, no. Wait. Okay. Opens this preferences. Is this going to get weird with me? Hold on.
What machine are you on?
I'm on a Mac.
You're gonna have to restart Chrome.
No. Okay. Oh wait. Am I in?
No.
I think you have to restart Chrome for it to work.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
No. So I'm going to retweet this, but I saw the wildest picture. Someone posted a side-by-side of Chicharito 3 years ago and Chicharito now, and it is terrifying. Like, he looks anemic compared to his older picture. It's terrifying. And my comment was something along the lines of this is what the Major League Soccer charter flight limit does to people.
Hang on 2 seconds. Let me. Here we go.
That is terrifying.
What is going on?
Why would you do that? Why would you bring this up?
That was bizarre.
Yeah. It's just, man, the league puts miles on you, literally.
Those bags under his eyes.
Yeah, and people don't realize it. A lot of these Europeans don't realize it. When you come to the United States, it is a gigantic continent. You're not just in a country, you're on a continent. And, it's real easy. Yeah, you get on a train, you go from England to Italy in 3 hours. Yeah, whatever. Just make a weekend out of it. No way. That does not work here.
It's probably the stress from having to pay for their health care.
Yeah.
More than
Sorry, I had to just.
Long live NHS.
Long live NHS, God. Yeah, thank God for dual citizenship. I mean, the moment things go bad.
Oh, right. To wrap things up, anyway, for me, come and find me on @DC United Kingdom over on Twitter, and you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. So come and check us out on there. As always, do come and join us. Tomorrow night will be very, very good, especially in the chat. So come and join us at dcunitedkingdom.com/membership. If you missed the start of the show, I am the outro will include the Rooney clip that I made and put together, so you get to enjoy that. But last things last, Vamos United.
Wazza ball, baby.
Rooney the approach. Oh, it's in the net. It's in the net. Wazza wonderful. Wayne Rooney. He is something, and we are seeing it.